Meanwhile, President-elect Trump filling out his cabinet and other key White House roles at lightning speed, announcing 10 more nominees just over the weekend. He tapped former NFL player and former Texas state lawmaker Scott Turner to serve as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Turner also worked as the White House Opportunity and Revitalization Council's first executive director during the first Trump administration. Axios is calling Trump's cabinet the, quote, most ideologically diverse cabinet of modern times. Joining me now to walk through it is former Housing and Urban Development Secretary, former GOP presidential candidate himself, and the founder of American Cornerstone Institute, Dr. Ben Carson, back with me. Dr. Carson, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. It's always good to be with somebody who's logical and has common sense.
Thank you for that. What are your thoughts and a reaction to Trump's team so far? What do you think is possible in the second Trump administration? Change?
Well, I'm incredibly proud of President Trump and the campaign staff and the volunteers. They did a magnificent job. But the people I'm really proud of are the voters who were not gaslighted by the most intense gaslighting campaign ever. They weren't fooled. They knew what they wanted. And it's the people that have been chosen for their cabinet, I know most of them are tremendous people. And there's diverse ideals, which he likes. He likes to hear different opinions about different things, contrary to what the mainstream media would have you believe. So I think we're in for a very exciting time.
That's a very good point. He likes divergent ideas around him, and then he makes the decision. Is there a thread with all of the people that he's putting in this administration as it takes shape? A common thread?
Well, one of the common threads is that they're young. This is one of the youngest cabinets that we've ever seen, and that's what we need. I've always said we need more people in government who are still going to be around 20 years to see the effect of what they've done. So that's a common thread. And I think there's a common thread of wanting to propel the president's agenda forward as opposed to their own personal agendas. That's very important. And that's what the American people voted for. They want a change from what we've seen before. You know, they want safe streets. They want schools that teach their children the fundamentals and not a bunch of ideology.
Right.
They want an economy that actually works for them. They want a country that's respected on the world stage. This is, I could go on for a long time, but this is the kind of change that they want. And I think the people in the cabinet are going to bring that.
So the New York Times political analyst Nate Cohn out with a piece titled "How Democrats Lost Their Base and Their Message," writing, for a century, Democrats had been seen as the party of the people. But Mr. Trump flipped all of it around. His populist pitch deprived Democrats of their traditional role in American politics, gradually weakening their bonds with working-class voters as well as non-white and young ones. Dr. Carson, your reaction, how has Trump transformed the Republican Party?
Well, he has emphasized common sense. What do the people want? Why are we elected? Why do we have people in office? Aren't they supposed to represent the people and the people's interests? And that's what he's done. And that's why you've seen, you know, contrary to what the mainstream media wants you to think, that a bunch of old white men came off the farm to vote for him. No, you've seen young people, Hispanics, blacks, Jews, women, virtually across the demographics, because he believes in the common good, very much like our founders did. You saw that phrase all the time in their writings, the common good, not what's this group or this group, but what's good for all of us. And that's going to work.
Yep. Dr. Carson, before you go, you, of course, are an esteemed surgeon, an esteemed doctor yourself. Do you see yourself as part of President Trump's administration? And do you want to put your strength on the table in terms of medical? Do you expect to be working in a medical area or any area of the Trump administration?
Well, I may not be working in an official capacity, but I'm in communication with multiple people all the time in the administration. We'll continue to work very hard in lots of different areas to make sure that we have a successful country.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time and, of course, all of your incredible work, Dr. Carson. Thanks very much.